Willkommen, or welcome, as our English counterparts say it. Did I say it right for our German audience? Willkommen.
Willkommen.
Yes.
I guess.
That's what I said. You know, tomato, tomato. Can't help it, I have an English accent when I speak German.
Do we have German viewers?
We will after this. We do this in German.
This is enough to get German
enough,
viewers.
you know?
It's just like, this is how you get them. This is how you onboard them.
in the Deutsch, yes.
You just sprech a little Deutsch.
Sprech. Yes. Sprech means sprinkle.
Yeah.
Well, welcome.
Yeah,
yes.
genau.
But do you see how suspicious my German is?
Yeah.
Hint, hint, wink, wink at
Not
today's
at all.
theme.
I have not noticed that your German is suspicious at all.
Well,
there was nothing suspicious.
As a suspicious cool about it.
Yeah.
Well, as a woman in the wellness world, I'm sure you do get a dose of plenty of suspicious wellness. Hint, hint, wink, wink at today's theme again.
Exactly. So I think
let's just start there. But no, it is. My German is very suspicious. I don't speak it. I'm sorry. But
Yet.
something, yeah, working on it. July 1st, 2020. No, that's a throwback to a previous episode. If you don't know,
yeah.
you're not on the inside jokes. So, but yeah, suspicious things that are suspicious.
Yeah.
People walking behind you at night. People with large coats in jewelry stores who are wearing ski masks.
Exactly. People trying to sell you diet pills.
There you go. TikTok wellness trends.
TikTok be wild in wellness.
Social media these days when
Be
it comes to
wilding.
wellness, like, so that is actually a huge problem that I have in today's world. One of the several, all of the suspiciousness that is online. And all of those like suspicious trends, especially when it comes to wellness, because we are in the industry of wellness. And I just threw up a W for all of our listeners. W for wellness and wellany. But no, there's a lot of sus stuff going on social media, and
yeah, not just in social media, in wellness as like in general, because I think wellness is such a fertile ground. As industry for suspicious stuff.
Yeah.
Because, what is wellness? Industry that is trying to help us get, more healthy. I almost said get pregnant.
get pregnant.
Not pregnant.
Maybe.
Get more healthy, live better lives, like longer lives. And we all want that. But also, we want shortcuts. So we are very susceptible. See my vocabulary today?
This is impressive.
We're very susceptible today as users, as consumers, for things that don't really make, or to things that don't really make sense. Like it's very easy to sell us on promises.
Like a wellness cure.
Yeah, exactly. Magic,
whatever.
Pills, whatever, solutions and so forth. So I see a lot of companies in wellness industry, a lot of influencers, just come up with wild things, wild promises.
Wild wellness.
And abusing that, that vulnerability that we have as users, as people who desire to be healthier.
Yeah.
So yeah, I think like that's also something that we struggle in Bellabeat a lot, like because we're constantly emphasizing that there is no magic solution. You have to put in the work. Most of it is common sense. Science often just confirms, things
what
that
we already know.
A lot of things that we already know that, we know make us feel good, that we already know are going to work, and that there's no shortcuts.
Yeah.
Unfortunately.
Yeah.
Like you have to, put your
back into it.
Put your back into it.
You can do it. Put your back into it. If y'all know that song.
So this is where all this, this is where the idea for this podcast came from. Because I get so angry when I see all this weird stuff going on.
Let's get into that. Yeah. I like that.
And we call it sus wellness because we're sassy.
Sus wellness. Susness.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Do you want to start? Or
no,
do I start?
You can start. Let's start on this. Because I know you get a lot.
Because I've been
crazier
burning to get this
Yeah.
out of me.
all week. Yeah.
All week. All right, so there's this one trend going on TikTok that has been like making me go wild, and that's carnivores. People that only eat meat or animal-based products.
The carnivore
like
diet.
The opposite of vegans.
Complete.
Complete. And interestingly, like I went so far to research some of these people on TikTok because like I was like,
there's no way.
There's no way.
Yeah.
There's no way.
So wait, what is the carnivore diet?
So the carnivore diet is when you eat only meat or animal-based products. So meat, animal fat, eggs, milk, anything that comes from an animal, and no vegetables, no fruit.
That sounds unbalanced.
No carbs, basically.
Yeah.
Like it's just fat and protein. That's like making her like eyes turn and like stomach. I've researched some of these people, a lot of these people, because they're trending on TikTok. Like there's this like now influencers that are carnivores, and you can see all this like they're sharing recipes. I don't know if you can call them,
because they're literally just opening up a piece of butter and they're like, breakfast.
Exactly. Like snacking on cold butter. Anyways, some of them used to be vegans, and then they just flipped onto like, and I just feel like there's this I was like, I knew I'm gonna offend people. But this
let it out.
It's just like, I think a lot of people need to find a good psychiatrist and not a new diet. Like that's. I can't say anything else about it. Like this is just like, it's just, I think like people are now like trying to find the strangest, most bizarre ways to kind of like obtain wellness that make them like special, that make them feel special, or like feel that they stand out. And it's just like, it makes me so angry.
Do you think it's actually like from a wellness place, or do you think it's more from like a clout kind of place? Like, oh, look at me, I'm doing this.
It's from a mental issue place,
okay.
Like literally, because I think like these people are dealing with much bigger problems, and I think it's a form of escapism.
Okay.
Like, because they feel like they need to find something that is so extreme, that offers so much possibility for extreme control. And diets anyways are in, like really connected to mental issues as well, and like need for control and so forth. So like these extreme diets, I think, are just like, also result of that, or connected to that, because if we just stick to carnivore diet, it's not science-based. It's like it hasn't
what are they touting that are like the benefits of this? Like,
so same as vegans, or like same as any other, but like I said, like vegans, maybe too angrily, because I think like veganism is also connected to other things like eco movement and sustainability and stuff. And like we can go deep into the debate, but like if I would have to choose between two, I think like veganism is much more like sane.
And it feels a little bit more balanced as well, like with your diet, because you're still getting the nutrients you need.
You are getting,
you get your protein from plants
a lot
instead,
more than from nutritional standpoint.
I just can't imagine having butter for breakfast.
And then there's also like philosophy of like protecting animals and not wanting hurting. Like with carnivores, I just cannot behind that. And the science, like, it's not behind it either. It's based partially on science of paleo and keto diets, which also are kind of like on rocky ground, especially when it comes to women.
I was gonna say, it's like a lot of that a lot of the research was based on men with those diets and stuff.
Exactly. And again, it's also based on like extreme diet loss or extreme changes, and it hasn't been really like proven as a long-term solution, or at least I haven't seen solid proof. So this is just like taking it like to the extreme.
But I mean, I always learned that butter like clogs your arteries. Like, don't do too much butter. That's not good to have that much butter.
But this is especially like a symptom of like this wellness, crunchy wellness enthusiasts.
Not mainstream.
They like to like just take parts of like they're gonna say, okay, so protein and fat is great for me because like from carbs it's a slower burn, so I'll like retain more weight and blah blah. But they completely disregard things like that we need carbs for certain functions, especially as women, for hormonal balance, for our brain to function, for a lot of processes in the body.
Like, come on, yeah.
Exactly, we cannot process protein or fat in the same way.
Yeah.
And completely disregard things like cholesterol or like every other, aspect of diet, and just focus on a couple of points that they are trying to use for.
They kind of like
in their advantage.
They like threw a dart at the board and it landed on like meat, and they're like, all right, we're just gonna focus on this now. We're just gonna do this. Like, that's it. It's the answer. Like, get rid of all the bad stuff.
I mean, it seems like meat for every meal, snacking on cold butter, gummy bears made from basically butter and animal fat.
Maybe shape it into broccoli?
Yesterday I saw it was like Rice Krispies made from pork fat.
Oh, you sent me that. You sent me that. They were having it for like cereal.
It's like cereal. They eat it with milk.
Gross.
And I feel it like funny because they call it like Rice Krispies, like made of pork, and it's very similar to vegans when they, call it like tuna made from watermelon.
Yeah, just
say it's watermelon, like it's grilled watermelon.
Yeah,
it's not tuna.
So the carnivore diet, we're gonna call it what it is. It's suspicious. It is suspicious.
For me, it's suspicious.
I get it.
I'm sorry, I think it's suspicious.
No, that's okay.
I have seen no proof that it's healthy whatsoever.
Mm-hmm. I'm getting on my end, and I know this isn't like a new trend, but it's a reoccurring trend, unfortunately. And as most of all of you know, I love talking about the vagina and discharge and stuff. And so when it comes to like, those, like in those cartoons, you have those soldiers standing in front of like a cave and they're like blocking it. Like that is me through anything suspicious when it comes to your vagina. And I am blocking from my vagina cave.
How many suspicious?
When it comes to your vagina, apparently a lot. Yeah. And so the one that I'm seeing now again is vaginal steaming. Vaginal steaming. And if you don't know this is basically
from Gwyneth.
I mean,
that keeps on giving.
And a lot of like celebrities are trying to be like, yes, do this. So what is, vaginal steaming? It's also called yoni steaming or yoni. And basically what you do is you have this like a pot kind of thing, and you hover over it, you sit over it, no underwear, no pants or anything. You can throw a towel like around your waist, and basically you sit over hot water, and people put like chamomile in it. Some people put sage in it. And so
like for your face, but for your...
So yeah, what you would normally like steam your face with, like people are trying to steam their vagina with. And that is just a recipe for bacteria, infections. It's just a recipe for disaster. Burns. Labia burns are no joke. If you've ever tried to straighten your pubic hair before, you know labia burns are no joke.
Took me a second before I
But yeah, so...
Is that also a trend?
It's about to be. It's gonna be after this. But yeah, so like you have these women that are, so people say, this helps with, hormonal balance. It's supposed to make you smell better. It's or like downstairs smell better. And it's, helps with PCOS. It helps with menopause. It doesn't.
How is it supposed to help with hormonal
So do you know the phrase, like they're blowing hot air? So they're just like talking, they're lying, it's nothing. That is literally what this vaginal steaming, it is just hot air onto your vagina. And there's no benefit to it whatsoever. Like, there's no science supporting this, and there's more science actually saying, hey, this steam that you're trying to, clean yourself with is actually like going to give you a bacterial infection. Like you have a certain pH balance in your vagina. This doesn't help it at all. This isn't benefiting you at all. This is actually raising red alarms in your vagina.
Interesting.
Yeah.
So I need to cancel my plans for tonight. I was planning to crouch over a bowl of
hot water with chamomile in it, Yeah,
and reflect on my life.
You can reflect on your life over a bowl of hot water, but maybe steam your face, But even the science or like even the logistics behind it, like you don't even get the steam in your vagina. Like your
vagina is not a nose.
It's not it's not doing anything. It's literally just closed and just okay. So it's suspicious AF. As fuck.
Definitely, I would rate it suspicious.
Please do not sit over any hot bowls filled with chamomile tea.
Or candles.
Or just keep heat and hot things like away from your labia, away from your...
Do sauna. Sauna is healthy.
Sauna is good. Sauna is healthy.
Sauna is healthy.
Yeah, because you're not putting that steam right
body.
into your...
Yeah. Not if you're pregnant, though.
Yeah, don't if you're pregnant. Yeah.
Or just your face.
But yeah, so on my suspicious end, suspicious wellness is vaginal steaming. That is sus as fuck.
Okay, so I have another good one.
Perfect.
It's also kind of carnivore.
It's probably a mix between the vagina and eating.
Yeah, it's a good mix of vagina and carnivore diet. And that's, if you're wondering what that is, since I'm pregnant, obviously I see a lot of pregnancy-related trends, and my favorite one is eating your placenta once it comes out from your body alongside your baby.
I eat mine with chopsticks. I like to get chopsticks and just
like
slurp on it like it's a ramen, you know?
So I've heard a lot of interesting stuff that people used to do with placentas, like back in the 70s, 80s, because the myth that placenta has this magic rejuvenating powers.
Okay, yeah.
For anybody eating it or putting it over their face or anyone else on the body.
Of it, okay.
Has been around for a really, really long time. But a lot of it stopped once
science caught up to it.
Science caught up to it, yeah. And a lot of diseases also started, such as AIDS and hepatitis and like stuff like that. But some people seem to like not really understand how the risks outweigh the benefits, if there is any benefit. So the benefits are believed to come from all the nutrients that your body has stored in the placenta throughout the pregnancy, because placenta is basically there to like, you know, feed your baby, simplified.
Right.
You know, your baby is connected to placenta. That's where it's getting all the nutrients from. That's where your body's storing all the nutrients for there into it. And then also there's a lot of it's believed that there's a lot of like pregnancy hormones stored there that have like rejuvenating magical powers and stuff like that. And then also like this myth around stem cells, you know, as being able to just absorb them somehow. So and get the benefits of it. So this is like where this comes from. But a lot of people don't understand all the risks connected to it, like disease transmitting, and also like how, you know, it's very dubious whether we can get any benefits from, you know, eating our own placenta or putting it on our body. But like, it's not just our own placenta. Some people even outsource placentas from other people, which is like, it like even increases the risks of it. Also the preparation of placentas, like some people, you know, believe you have to eat it raw. Some people grill it, but some people dry it and then make supplements out of it.
And maybe use it as a seasoning on their chicken.
Exactly, and those supplements can also be bought from other people's placentas.
So you can eat other people's dried
So unsanitary, like really very little, or like maybe not even any scientifically proven benefits.
And that's the key takeaway here.
Just
it's like there's no science proving that there's actually a benefit.
Health professionals advise against it and ask people not to eat their placentas. But obviously it's not forbidden. So a lot of people still, you know, do it.
Yeah.
But I would definitely rate that one as sus, and definitely something that I will not be doing with my placenta.
Will you sell me your placenta? I'm just kidding. Please don't.
How much do you want?
How much you paying?
How much you paying? No, I will probably throw away my placenta.
Yeah.
But I might donate stem cells from my umbilical
Umbilical cord.
Umbilical, sorry.
Yeah.
I might donate stem cells from my umbilical cord to the stem cells bank.
No,
Because
that's cool.
what actually makes sense. Not for my baby, because it's a long story. It's not really also doesn't make sense, but for other people who might, or for research.
Oh, that's awesome.
So I might do that. But I
mean,
will not be eating my placenta.
Yeah. There's worse things you could be doing with your umbilical cord.
I've seen people drying it in the shape of a heart.
I feel like that's like the most elementary thing compared to like what's going around.
What else?
You were mentioning the Lotus birth.
Oh yeah, that's also placenta.
Yeah,
not just
it's a
umbilical
placenta
cord
as well.
It's just that Lotus birth is like, so when your baby comes out with the placenta still attached through umbilical cord, they put placenta in some sort of spices.
It's like a tea mix that you use for your vagina as well. Yeah, it's the same mix. You can get it at Walmart.
And some, herbs. And they wait for it. I think it's salt. And they wait for it to dry and fall off on its own.
I feel like that's dangerous.
That's unbelievably dangerous because, this organ that just came out of your body has no function anymore. It stopped pulsing. It doesn't have blood flow anymore. So it starts to rot. Yeah, basically rot.
It's a dead organ at this point.
It's rotting meat still connected to your baby through umbilical cord. So obviously babies can get sepsis from it. So it's extremely dangerous. Again, dangers of it outweigh potential, if
benefits,
any, not proven benefits of like
that's not
doing this to your baby.
That's
it's just
not that's not wellness. That is not making people well. That is not making anyone well. That's dumbness. Sorry.
Exactly.
I'm just gonna call it like I see it, dumbness.
You don't you don't need to do things like that to be special and to be, progressive and interesting. There's other things you can do.
Plenty.
So
I came across something. So we did like 3 or 4 like what the fuck wellness, WTF. But I found one that's for the win. FTW.
Yeah.
You see what I did there? Changed the letters.
Very nice.
Isn't that nice?
Very nice.
I'm so creative. But no, this is one that we've actually been studying as well here in the office. And it is seed cycling. Seed cycling.
Oh,
seed
yeah.
cycling. Seed cycling. Sorry, I feel like I had
nuts.
an intro. Seeds. Seeds, actually. Close, but seeds. Like nuts, and bananas, yes. Seed cycle with bananas.
Okay.
But no, seed cycling it's kind of new, it's kind of not new. But basically it is eating seeds, certain types of seeds throughout your cycle, and it's supposed to give you these like benefits, whether it's like a better cycle, help you with symptoms of PMS or symptoms of menopause, and also it totes like fertility. What is like seed cycling though? So basically you focus on, let me just look at this. Yeah. So basically it's raw and ground flax seeds, pumpkin seeds, sesame seeds, and sunflower seeds. These 4 seeds are amazing anyway, but they say during like the first half of your cycle, so like day 1 of your period up until like right before ovulation, you're going to be taking pumpkin seeds and flax seeds, and you eat those. And then during the second half, which is right after ovulation day, and then up until the day before your period, you are eating the sunflower seeds and sesame seeds. And so basically, the whole thing is like, it's going to help your cycle. It's going to help you with PCOS. It's going to help you with all of these things. However, the science isn't really there. It's mostly like personal experiences of people saying this works for them. So like most things, it works for some people, it doesn't work for others. But why am I putting this on like the good side of the suspicious wellness is because eating seeds, amazing health benefits. Like even if it's not do what?
Not harmful.
It's not harmful. So if you even want to try this, like if you try Lotus birth, you might not go well for you and your baby. But if you eat a bunch of seeds, like you're not gonna, hopefully I'm not a doctor, but you're not gonna overdose on like those seeds, right?
Probably. But like
not.
How I see it, I mean, it's like these seeds are kind of like the ultimate power ingredients.
They are.
That we anyways recommend for cycle syncing. But they can also be, because of their nutrients values, they can be compared to supplements that you can also take, throughout
During
the
your cycle.
during your cycle to support your
Exactly.
hormonal shifts, hormonal
Exactly
balance,
that.
and so forth. But again, because our bodies are so different, it obviously, so many things play into it.
Exactly.
But it's just another thing that you can do to try to help
help it.
support
Exactly
your,
that, yeah.
organism, your health, your
Just your reproductive health.
Exactly,
Yeah,
your reproductive health and everything else as well. But like most importantly, it's not dangerous.
It's not dangerous, yeah.
And it's also not trying to sell.
It's not
a
selling
magic-
snake oil. Yeah.
Exactly.
Yeah.
It's not snake oil.
Yeah.
It's just natural.
Because you have these seeds and like they're great for fiber. There's magnesium in them.
There's other benefits,
vitamin E in it. Yeah.
Anyways.
Flax seeds. Flax seeds, if you don't know this, they're great for
Pooping.
Pooping. Absolutely. Absolutely. We all know I love to do that. But also it helps with PMS as well.
Oh, yeah.
Because it's supposed to help you with like your progesterone levels. And so it can actually help ease some of those symptoms such as pain that you're having, especially in the breast area. And it kind of helps you. So right before your period starts, your progesterone just tanks. And that's like PMS. That's what, science is leading
Right.
more into. Like that is what's causing
So
PMS.
just like
so basically,
easing that
instead of
drop.
tanking, it kind of like helps level it out. So you
Right.
can kind of handle those symptoms better.
I actually have one more to add for pregnancy.
Okay.
Walnut.
Ooh, that's where the
Because
nuts
of-
came from. 2 nuts in this pregnancy.
Yeah, so that's actually research based. So what they found is that women eating Mediterranean diet, and as they interestingly defined in that research, Mediterranean diet was extra access to olive oil and walnuts.
Oh, okay.
So this is Mediterranean diet.
Yeah.
So those two things combined with obviously also healthy lifestyle have better outcomes in neonatal weight.
Ooh, okay.
And apparently later motor and cognitive skills. And
for you or the baby?
for the nothing can help with baby brain, but for the baby, hopefully there's still hope.
Yeah.
But for walnuts
cool.
most specifically is because of omega-3.
Yeah. So that's
Omega
huge, yeah.
fats, and that can be also found in fish diets.
Yeah.
And
that's another Mediterranean thing.
another Mediterranean thing, but another research showed that in the Northern European diet, Scandinavian diet, because they also eat a lot of fish, a lot of
that's right,
fatty,
yeah.
healthy fish. They also get a lot of
Omega 3s.
omega-3s, omega acids, right?
Yeah.
And that's also tied to better cognitive and motor
cool.
skills.
So that's why they're always so smart.
So it's again science-based.
Science-based.
And you cannot. It's very hard to overdose on walnuts because you will be sick.
Yeah. The same with the seeds as well.
But also just like one
Moderation.
That's
key.
One fistful of walnuts per day.
Yeah. Cool.
Bunch of olive oil. I bathe in it.
So, rub it on you. Maybe steam yourself with it. Just kidding. Do not steam your
With hot
vagina.
oil.
Yeah. Hot oil. But yeah, okay. So now you're welcome, everybody.
Yeah.
You have 4 things that you should probably avoid until more science comes out about it.
Exactly.
And then 2 things that actually science isn't like against, isn't for, but like does have more benefits to prove it. I mean, yours actually is more science. Yeah, it has science.
Yeah, it has science behind
Yeah.
it. So like, I hope that this also like help you distinguish between sus wellness and good wellness. Like look for scientific proof. Try to include common sense. Like, if there's
That's asking a lot.
it's like coming from the seeds, like go to nutritional values. I cannot speak anymore. Nutritional values of these seeds.
Yeah.
Research that. Research tying those nutritional values to different benefits, and then this is where you get proof that this can be, a natural source for those nutrients.
Absolutely. So basically, you want science to back it.
And use your common sense to tie it all together, and don't overcomplicate. Don't buy into any magical solutions or extreme things that, at first glance don't make sense.
If it feels suspicious, it probably is.
is.
And with that, we're out.
Yeah. Stay safe, kids.